Hello, hello. Good morning, Opulence Global family. How are you? I am your host, Ifrah, from coming to you live from Ottawa. Good morning. Say hi to me as you jump on, as always. I want to welcome my sister Lise from Thunder Bay. Welcome, my dear. Welcome, welcome. I hope the weather is treating you well. Good morning, Estelle. Welcome. This is awesome. Say hi to me. Where are you in the world? How is the weather? Ottawa, it's nice and sunny, but something tells me it's cold because last night it was cold. Of course, I didn't go out this morning, so last night it was cold. So when it's usually sunny in the winter, I learned it's always cold. Bundle up. Don't let the sun, you know, what's it called, fool you. That's how I look at it. Okay. Good morning, Kamal from Sweden. Welcome, welcome. That's awesome. It's Stockholm, Sweden. That is the capital city. That's awesome. One of the cities that I want to visit now that I have my team growing in Sweden. I've never been to Sweden actually. I've been to the UK a few times, so definitely I want to come down and check it out. I've heard a lot of great things about it. That's awesome. That's awesome. The rest of you, oh, and we have our trainer, Danny. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning.
You look amazing as always.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning, good evening, good night. I know it's like super late in some countries. Ifra, good morning. So amazing to be here with you this morning. And of course, excited to be here as every Saturday. Like I was sharing yesterday on our live, this February was like epic. We had like 5 Saturdays, so I still feel like I'm running on a February month, so it's excited. And normally we would have our Night of the Stars and they're the closing of the month, but yet we still have an extra Saturday this month for our phenomenal boot camp, and it's going to be amazing. We are preparing some great surprises for you, and it's going to be an all day, Saturday from like 9:30 to 4 p.m. and it's going to be amazing.
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited for that, Danny. I've been inviting so many people. So far, 5 of my team members are joining me. We're all inviting so many people. I'm like, we need to have your confirmation by Wednesday. Otherwise, we won't have any seats for you. So very, very excited.
Also remember that we have an early bird, so make sure you are purchasing your tickets in advance. You can go in your back office and buy it, because if not, you're just gonna miss out, and then you have to pay extra, right? Plus, it's a private event, and I believe if you are planning on bringing guests, because we're gonna have a tour after the training, and Renee is going to be conducting that, like, you want to make sure that guests are treated like royalty. And I love it when they come to the gallery. It's a completely different experience than what people are used to on a regular basis. So I love to see that, because people just, when they come into our gallery, they're like, OMG, like, do you have all of these products? I think it's amazing. So yeah, take that opportunity and bring lots of guests. Absolutely.
Amazing, amazing. So I want to also welcome the rest of you. Gomera, welcome from Nairobi, Kenya. That's amazing. Welcome, welcome. We have Nebu from St. Lucia. We have Tammy Whitmer. Welcome, my dear, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Weather is unusually mild. That's awesome. That's awesome. We have Donna, Lise, good morning. Ramatu, my sister Ramatu from Winnipeg. Weather is warm, 7 degrees. That is awesome. Wow. How did Winnipeg get warm weather?
Since when?
That's awesome. You probably took the Nigerian weather with you, Dharmatu. That's probably why. Okay, I want to welcome also SL Teresa. Welcome, my dear. We have Lars Anderson from Sweden. Welcome, Lars. Lawrence, good morning, right here from Ottawa. That's awesome. I'm not the only Ottawans here so far. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Wow, we have Lori Brooms from Brantford, Ontario, excuse me. We have Ototo from Mombasa, Kenya. I love it, I love it, I love it. Welcome, welcome to all of you. Very, very exciting morning today. As you all know, we have a very exciting training with none other than our self-development manager and corporate Daniela, on how to shop for free, literally for free. Speaking of free, what I'm wearing here, this is my latest piece. I just got it the other day. And
Didn't you love it?
It's incredible, Danny.
I'm telling you, this piece, it's phenomenal. Sometimes it's just about how you combine your items and becoming, you know, be a product of the product. So I'm really excited. We're going to give some minutes for the rest of the team to hop on. It's 10:01, and we want to make sure no one is missing out. Text your team members, let them know, send them a reminder. Today is going to be a fun training. And, you know, I believe that information is and knowledge is power. The more you know about your business, the more you know about your website, the more you know about your back office, the more you know on where to find things, the easier it's going to be for you to pass that information on to other people. I always say, just because, you know, we have 100 people on this call doesn't necessarily mean that that's all the company. That's 100 people who took the time to invest in themselves, to learn, to grow, and it's on you and your shoulders to pass this on. I want to share, you know, some of the things that I want to start doing. It's, you know, myself is to get, you know, on the road, be on the field, learning what's going on. How are you bringing people into our business? We have a phenomenal platform of business opportunity. And one of the things that I'm going to talk to you today as well is like the 3 levels of involvement. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live as well this week. So it's easier for you to have just like a little video to share, because sometimes the leadership and the learning and the knowledge comes with the experience, right? Like with the more things that you do in your business, the more you learn, the more things you are able to share with people, the easier it is going to be for you to talk about certain things in your business. So I believe the more obviously you practice, the easier it becomes when it comes to the information. So a lot of times we don't, if we don't know, we just don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. It's simple. And the good thing with this is that we don't always know everything. And it's okay. We don't need to know everything. But the one thing I can tell you is the more you know, the powerful you're going to be. So welcome every single one of you to our Saturday live training. And today, one of the things that excites me the most in the direct selling and the MLM industry is the recognition aspect. Because in our lives, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I truly believe that people are looking, you know, for something that ignites them, something that makes them feel better, something that, you know, gives them the recognition. And, you know, in my previous company, I always ask, and I said, okay, raise your hand if you're driving a free car from your company. And obviously no one would raise their hand. And I say, and raise your hand if the diamond ring you're wearing in your hand, you know, it's free from your company. And nobody would raise their hand, right? Or, you know, raise your hand if your diamond watch that you're wearing is from your company. Like, they were like, are you kidding me? Like, you have everything from your company and it's all been free and it's all been earned. And it's all about the recognition. So today I want to talk about recognition, and why recognition is important is because on our daily basis, we don't receive that recognition, right? Like, I am a wife, and I am a sister, and I am a daughter, and I don't get that type of recognition in my house. Like, yay, Daniela, you finished laundry, or yay, you finished washing the dishes. Just because you did clean the kitchen, you're gonna earn a free car. Like, no, right? And we don't do it because we expect recognition. But have you noticed when moms normally talk about all that they do when they are at the house, and fathers are always wondering, like, what do you do all day? And they just don't realize how much of a work and an effort it is to stay at home and to keep the house clean and organized and prepare food and like all the things that moms do. I know we have lots of moms in the room as well. And obviously they know how much they work. They know how much they care. They know how, you know, how many things, errands and things they do around the house. And sometimes we are the persons in our families that go unrecognized. Have you had that feeling with, if not with you, with your family, with your moms? And, you know, I remember people, even my mom saying, like, I feel like I just work, and I am the only one who doesn't get vacation. I am the only one who doesn't get paid, you know? And anyways, so my point to all of you is, how would you feel if by doing what you are supposed to do, which is building your business, will you be okay by receiving free something? So when I look at the value of our membership, which I'm going to talk in a minute, you will be able to understand what it means and how it makes you feel that by selling, by sharing, by caring, by building your business, you are able to accumulate certain amount of points, and those points, when you redeem, it's free. So regardless of how is it that you're building your business or which level of involvement you choose to have in your Opulence business, in this case, you also earn free designer woods. And I love it. One of the things I was sharing with one of our team members in the Philippines, she made a post on social media and she was sharing, you know, all her fashion pieces she received. And I said, not you only become a product of the product because our items are beautiful, but it also makes you feel good. Have you noticed, like, and this, let me share with you, this was a battle I had, you know, for the longest time. Like, people would compliment on my shoes and people would compliment, like, oh my God, I love your necklace. And, you know, it was hard for me to receive the compliments. And one time I went through a coaching session where they say, well, if you wake up earlier to make your, you know, to put on your face and have your makeup on and to choose which clothes you're going to wear, and, you know, if this combines with this, like, it's time that you are taking out of your life to look good, to feel better, to, you know, to stand, not to stand out because you just want to show up, but, you know, to make you look, to feel good. How would you feel if I was to come to a Saturday morning training where you are excited to learn, and you see a long face of a lady that didn't have a good amount of sleep, that is just having a very bad day, that is wearing sweatpants, that doesn't care of how, you know, like, how would that make you feel? You understand? So it makes you feel good to know that you are surrounded with positive people that would uplift you, that are going to help you grow, that are going to make you feel better. And of course, through your goods or your designer opulence items, it just makes you feel better, right? It makes you feel good about it, because it's not about the price. It's not only about you bragging about something that's material, but it's about the things that you like and things that you want on top of the things that you need, which is our beauty and health products. So if you want to say or add something, Ifra, please feel free to interrupt me, okay?
All right, I couldn't agree more, Danny. I mean, honestly, I have never, ever thought. I remember when I initially started and I saw those items, they were all on my checklist. I was like, okay, I want that, but I never thought we were gonna get a point where all of that and more, I would be able to pick it up just for doing what I'm doing anyway. So for me, being rewarded for what you're supposed to be doing always, it's literally something I've never seen, even with all my own family, like you said. I mean, really, we take each other for granted. Okay, yeah, you made a nice, rice or, angelo, whatever that, dish that you make. And it's like, okay, thank you, probably the most you get. But to be rewarded for something that you're doing anyway is phenomenal. And as for what you said about being presentable, that is something that is huge to me, huge. I mean, honestly, I always say, like, first impression, you can never get it back, right? You can never call it back. So when people look at you the first time, regardless of how amazing you are on the inside, is what they see. So it's very important that we are able to present ourselves well. And what a way to do it than to actually deck ourselves out with our own fashion line. So
absolutely. And, you know, when we do our contests and we want people to share, you know, their before and afters, for example, like for Flawless, so when people are like, oh my God, you know, how do you do, you know, your skin is always like so glowing. And sometimes I'm like, it's flawless. Like, you have to try it, test it, feel it, smell it, you know, put it on to see it. Like this week I was wearing one of our Posh necklace, you know, the amethyst necklace. And then people in the office were like, oh my God, like, and we see it every day. Like, we are in the showroom every day, but sometimes we just don't, like, I don't know if it could be creativity. And so I'm going to start to do some lifestyle shots of the items that we wear on a daily basis, because sometimes it's not only about, you know, you liking a piece and feeling like, would I wear that? But how you combine it and how you put it on. So I am wearing Fairy, and I always mix it with Posh. You know, I have my watch as well. I see you're wearing your necklace, Ifra. Are you wearing a watch too? Oh, you're wearing also a ring. Nice. A bracelet. I love it. So, you know, being a product of the product, it's, you know, I love how Teresa says it is very fabulous. And it's, you know, I don't know, it just makes me feel good. And I have a friend the other day, I was wearing our Posh bag. And I was wearing, you know, the Cinderella shoes. So we were just going to go to a restaurant. She's like, oh my God, like, if I was to buy those pieces for myself, I would never wear them. Like, I would keep them for a special occasion. And I said, and what it is today? Today is a special occasion. So it also goes to how you feel, how it makes you feel, and how do you normally uplift yourself. So being a product of the product is just opening conversation with other people. You never know who are you going to meet, correct? So actually this morning, we have our amazing leader from Singapore. Amarjit was sharing a picture of herself, you know, is like, hello, like she's been receiving her products lately. And I believe, her husband is actually in Singapore right now, because as you know, even though she's from Canada and she normally lives in Alberta, she's been in Singapore, you know, for the past couple of years building the market. And so she sent us a picture this morning. I'm like, I have to brag about you. Like, this is just so awesome. You know, how are you dressing up, putting your pieces together? You show up to work every day like this. You show up for you and for your business. At the end of the day, you are the ones making the most. So today it's about sharing with you, number one, how do you earn the Opulence Points? So I have here on my screen, now that it's 10:15, on the New Year's webinar, we share with you the ways that people can earn points. And the rewards points, I believe, at least in Canada, I know we have here partners from all around the world where people have access to many different reward programs. The VIP rewards program, for instance, which is one of the ways we have to, you know, recognize our shoppers and say thank you and appreciate them. You know, it's just one of the ways. But the VIP rewards program, I remember a couple of years ago when we rebranded and we put it together, I wanted it to give that value to the customers, because for the longest time, you know, in the direct selling industry, I was giving that to my client. I wanted to give that royalty concierge service to my client. So when we put it together in a package, it was for you to just go out and promote it. Right? It was not even gonna cost you when it came to deciding how much you're gonna give for free or what type of a special you're gonna give to your partner, whatever, right? You can create your own packages, you can create your own specials. You know, let's say, well, if you decide to shop the necklace, I can get you the bracelet for half price. You understand? So it's about you being creative and deciding what is best for your client. So if your client, for example, fall in love with this set, and maybe they can't just afford, you know, the whole set, you can upsell it and say, well, since you decided to look at this necklace, if I was to show you that this set has earrings and bracelet and rings, you know, our fairy pieces sometimes come in sets. So it's like 3 or 4 pieces of the same item that people want to start adding on and keep on adding on. So I'm just giving you ideas. But how do you earn points is with the activities you do on a daily basis in your business anyway. So number one thing, and the very basic, as you know, step number one on your Opulence Global pathway, you know, the Opulence highway of success is MGRS. So qualifying for MGRS allows you as a customer, or you as a partner actually, to do the very basics of your business, which is buying, selling, launching, you know, generating volume with your team. So once you start getting into that activity, you qualify for MGRS, which is an extra bonus. It's extra money, extra cash. So if you qualify for MGRS, boom, you receive 7,500 points. And just so that you know, like every dollar like equals 100 points. So this is basically an extra $75 that you are receiving from your bonus. So if you know that you're gonna get 7,500 points, that equals $75, for example, then you know that not only you're getting your bonus, on top of that you're receiving points. And those points you're going to be able to redeem after for free points, free shopping, free products, free rewards on selected items that I'm going to just about to show you. So as you grow in the business, let's say that month you qualify for MGRS. But to qualify for MGRS, you needed to bring someone into the business and share the business with someone. So let's say that month you launch a lifestyle advisor. So on top of your 7,500 points for qualifying for MGRS, you're going to receive 15,000 points. 15,000 points for bringing a lifestyle advisor into the business. If you do a lifestyle promoter, you get 6,000 points. So it's all the time extra money that is going to be starting to accumulate. Now, the very cool thing that happened just now is that when we started this Opulence Point, we did it so that people can have access to our first anniversary auctions. Remember last year when we had our first anniversary and we had an auction? So what happened back in the day is that people didn't have no idea that they were accumulating points, and then all of a sudden we went silent. So we had this surprise for you. So you were accumulating, all of a sudden, wow. And I'm monitoring the Opulence Points redemption every day. It is so much fun to see the things that you guys are redeeming for. And the other day we had one of our partners in Singapore, he got his Fairy Conquest watch. Like, I was so excited. That's a $3,000. It's about $3,300 watch. And he was redeeming for free. So how would you feel, going back to our first topic, right? If you are that mom, like if you were like my mom who was always complaining and saying, you know, I am the one who works the most, I don't get vacation pay, I don't get, you know, holidays, like just by doing what you are supposed to do to receive extra, you know, 300,000 or something like that points that he was able to redeem for his watch. Now, even if you are deciding to have someone that it's only interested on direct selling, they launch as a retailer, they get 2,250 points. But we have introduced something very cool, which is the Momentum Pack, which I absolutely love. Why? Because if there is something for free, it's for me. Why? People are looking for the value. What are you giving of value to your customers, to your partners, to your team, your empire, your organization, however you want to call it? So my point to you is select, choose, work, get compensated. Not only with money, because by the way, when you qualify for MGRS, you get a bonus, so that's money. When you launch an LA, how much do you get? I can't hear you. How much do you get?
15,000 points.
And how much money you get?
150.
How much?
I thought it was 150, no?
No, for an LA?
Oh, sorry, 250.
I'm like, Ivra, 250. So I love it. You not only get cash, you also get points. That points translate into money. Money translates into product. the product maybe that you've been waiting for or that you've been saving for, because I see accounts that don't have shopping credits because people keep on shopping. So when I was a partner, I never had shopping credits. I always kept on spending. So there is quite a few things that we need to, talk about today. But anyways, let's say you are buying and selling your momentum pack that gives you extra $500 for free. You can redeem for your products, or you can redeem for fashion or beauty or whatever product you want, right? So as you grow in the business and you started to rank advanced, you're going to get extra points for doing that. In this case, if you rank to Lifestyle Director 1, you receive 25,000 points. But what happens is that if today you are already a Lifestyle Director 1, like I always use Ifra because Ifra right now is our host. So Ifra, when she rank advances to Lifestyle Director 2, which I know is going to be very soon, and she's going to get her cruise for free. So you don't only get the perks of being a Lifestyle Director 2 and making more money, also receive 15,000 points plus the 25,000 from LD1. Don't you love it? So when you're a Lifestyle Director 3, you not only receive the 15,000 from LD2, you also receive the 50,000 for LD3. So imagine, I am really excited about this because it's things that you are gonna do anyways. We might as well reward you with some extra points and redeem for the things that you absolutely love. Okay? Questions so far?
No questions. I was just clarifying the 150. I thought you meant the 15,000 points is equal to what in cash?
Awesome. So as you have seen, I'm gonna basically escape this presentation so that you can actually, I'm gonna take you back to, actually before I do that, I wanna share so that people have a clear mentality. And I'm gonna be doing a Facebook Live on this because I know people on Facebook might have access to, we might have access to different partners that when we do the training on a Saturday morning. But one of the things I noticed is that if you become better at sharing on social media, and I know you probably saw one of our videos from our CEO sharing the difference between social media and social marketing. Become a marketer on social media because you never know who's gonna watch you, right? So one of the things that we always talk about when it comes to social marketing is that we have to be loud and we have to be sharing at all the times, you know, whether you are promoting your pieces or the benefits of your product, or if you're sharing something, you know, on a specific group. But what I love the most about this is having the opportunity to basically be loud and share what it's important to you. When it comes to the product, when it comes to your business, when it comes to the opportunity. It's not only about, you know, how much money you made, but how can you make an impact into the people who's watching. So I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live video on that, on the 3 different ways that you can actually involve in Opulence Global. And I love it. There are 3 ways that people see it and you might not have clarity. So I'm going to have this clarity for you this morning. So number 1 way that you can involve in Opulence Global is being a partner. If you decide to be a partner, you have access to lifelong residual income. That is becoming a lifestyle promoter or a lifestyle advisor. So you can choose from these 2 packages that we have. So as a lifestyle promoter, you receive the Safe Home Revolution personal supply. And if you become a lifestyle advisor, you receive the Safe Home Revolution family pack. Okay, and the difference between these 2 packages is not only the benefits you receive, you also receive a different wholesale pricing. So if you're a lifestyle promoter, you receive 25% wholesale pricing on the items of your shop. And if you are a lifestyle advisor, you receive 30% wholesale discount from the items of your shop. Another very cool thing is that as a lifestyle advisor, you have access to a $3.1 million opportunity a year in binary commissions. That's without counting bonuses. That's without counting MGRS. That's without counting all the points and the things that we were talking about today. But that's your choice number 1. So if you want to become a partner and have access to all of these perks, you can choose to become a partner. Now, the second way that you can involve in Opulence Global is if you're a person that loves the product and would like to be only focusing yourself in the direct selling aspect of product. So if you decide that you just want to be selling the product, have access to an online platform that allows you to sell around the world, if you want to be doing trade shows, home parties, and you're choosing to be retailing the products, then you can become a retailer, have access to our platform, sell the products, but you don't have access to the MLM side of things, which is the binary commissions, okay? And then the option number 3 is if you are a shopaholic like me, and you love our items, and you just want to shop. And you want to have a free account with us where you have access to the most amazing VIP rewards experience and program that allows you to have up to $650 for free in products. So based on that, you can show your partner or your prospect or your client what would be the best scenario for them. Based on that, people can also make choices, okay? Based on that, people can decide wisely what is best for them. So if I just come and tell you, oh my God, like you got to become a lifestyle advisor, but I don't understand what's behind it. I don't understand what you want. I don't understand what you need. I don't understand what are you expecting from Uplands Global? What's going to happen? Any idea? What's going to happen if I am not crystal clear with you from day one? What's going to happen is that next month, you have no idea what's a Smart Buy, you have no idea what's a shopping credit subscription, and you are just going to decide to cancel because there is no value for you. You can't picture the value. But if you tell me from day one what's important for you, and I can share that whether you become an advisor, a promoter, a retailer, or a VIP shopper is okay with me, then in the future, you can decide what is best for you, because I have seen many VIP shoppers that once they try the products and they are on a Smart Buy and they are talking to their friends about the benefits that they are receiving, guess what? They decide to become retailers because they can see potential of earning instead of 10% from what they share in shopping credits, they want to earn 20% in money. And they can sell product. And then they understand that if they start to share the business opportunity, their friends, their customers, their partners start to talk to other people. Now they want to have access to what these people are actively sharing. So in order for them to have access to up to 8.5% in the commissions of those people, now I want to become a partner. Do you see the logic? But if I don't have that need, how is Opulence going to come and feel something that I don't need it? So our business opportunity is designed so wisely by our CEO to give all of those opportunities to the people. So you are not only tapping into, the MLMers who want to go build an empire, but you can also target to customers that, they love your products. They only want to shop. They are okay at receiving it every day and move on. But I'm not going to ask you to become a partner, become a lifestyle advisor today, even you just wanted it to buy your products because it's going to be cheaper and you're going to get $500 for free. And then next month, you don't want anything to do with the products because you have a stock for the next 6 months. Do you see the difference? So when I understand the value of my membership, when I understand the value of my business, this is not only a way to get products cheaper to just buy for myself. I am doing this to build a business. I am doing this to build my income. I am doing this to build a residual, for the next 5 years. You get to choose. How do you want to build your business? So, any questions so far on the 3 ways to involve in Opulence Global? Open up for
yeah, that is it. Yeah, I don't see any question, but just to add to that, it's a very good point because I've made the mistake. I've made the mistake where I had a client, they love the product, and I introduced them to the business, and they decide to join, and then now they're not even a client anymore. Forget doing the business. Mm-hmm. So you're right. It's so important that we have key people that are happy where they are, until they are ready to make that transition.
So why would I lose my customer that actively can buy my product because they love the product, they want to try it, maybe they want to experience it, they want to share with their family members, or in the case of Fountain of Life, for example, like it's passing on to other people. But if I am a new partner and I explain to you the value of the membership, where we are the only company, in direct selling where if you don't want to have products, you have the option of shopping credits. So if you don't want to purchase anything this month, it's okay. You can accumulate, and whenever you're ready, you redeem. So why not? But if I don't understand the value that if I am doing this consistently and I am showing the company that I am committed, that I love my products, I can share with you how can you normally would take, let's say a year to get a watch, but if you are committed to it and I can get you an extra 10% discount because you're doing 150 minimum every month, now instead of taking 10 months, it's going to take you 8 to have the piece that you absolutely love. Or if you want to buy a family pack of Fountain of Life and you do that consistently every month, you're receiving an extra bottle for free. That it could be your personal use bottle that you're using for samples, that you're using to test a weight with your customers. Like, how many people does it take? It's a math number. And like Ifra said, I wish every single one of you can experience the difference of bringing a VIP right away into the business and losing that customer and understanding the value of your business opportunity, because now you are wiser to make those decisions. Like, why are you deciding for your customer? Why aren't you satisfied for them being VIP shoppers when they are bringing you 30% of revenue to you? Versus making $250 as a lifestyle advisor, and then next month they decide to cancel because they were never intended to build the business in the first place. So until you experience it and you understand the difference and it's clear to you, you can make wiser decisions, obviously, in the future. And I love that you're bringing it on, Ifra, because sometimes as partners, as much as we can say it, people would still make those decisions, right? So I want to be able to give my customer this choice. Yes, I want them to become lifestyle advisors because I want to make $250, but guess what? If they buy a $3,000 watch that they can save over month after month after month. So let's choose an item. Which item do you like? I'm going to just try to see here on the website so that I can follow with you when it comes to pricing. So let's say you have a VIP shopper that is in love with your fashion. And then they want to buy, let's say, a watch. So in Canada, for example, a bottle of Fountain of Life is about $43.75. For those who are consistently on Smart Buy of $150, they get an extra 10% discount. But let's say someone wants to buy a purse. I'm just gonna go here to bags, into the back office. I'm actually gonna share it here. So let's say you like a monogram bag, right? So I'm here in my training account, and let's say I wanna buy this purse, which is 975 shopping credits. So if I click on it, you can see the retail pricing. So if I am a VIP shopper, I can buy this purse for $1,394, right? So because I am a partner, I buy it for $975. So the difference between the $1,394, if I was a VIP and I wanted it to buy this purse, I would make $418 profit. So if you are my VIP shopper and you love this purse, I can show you how can you do it in payments. So if you don't have the money right now to spend or to get the purse that you love for the $1,394, you can do it in small payments, right? You can do it in small payments of $75 a month, or you can do 150s, right? So if you do 75 within 3 months, they get extra 10%. So it's not anymore 1394. Now it's 1254. So Ifra, let me share with you that if you love this purse, I can show you that if you were to put $150 every month, you can have it in 8 months. So for Christmas, you can redeem your shopping credits and get your purse for free, or like redeem your points to get the purse that you always wanted it. When you go to a Gucci, Versace, a Louis Vuitton, like you don't get that option, right? You either have the money and then you have to pay interest to your credit card if you don't have the money to purchase it at once, because they don't have such a thing of, you know, layaway. Isn't this awesome? So if you do installments of $75 within 3 months, you're also gonna get 10%. So by the time you have enough to cover for your purse, you can always go out and redeem it. So one person as a VIP shopper gave me how much in profit?
418.
Let's say they get it 418 if they don't have the 10%. So about $400, right? From one VIP, $400. But if I ask that person to join today, become a lifestyle advisor, I make 250 wholesale profit, but they are not willing to build a business. They just want to make, you know, the money. They just want to come, shop it, and gone. Where is the other 200? Do you see the difference? But if I meet Ifra and she's willing to build and she understands the business and she understands the compensation plan, it's okay, because guess what's going to happen with Ifra? She's going to be actively buying Momentum Pack every month. She's a partner. I make my 215 wholesale profit. Now she's ready to build the business. She's buying Momentum Pack every month because she has customers to have product for. She's getting $500 in shopping credits for free. She's a product of the product. Win-win scenario. Now she has access to a $3.1 million opportunity. I have the opportunity to tap into a $3.1 million opportunity, and we are all happy. We are growing, we are expanding, and everybody loves it. Do you see the difference? But if I didn't take the time to ask Ifra what is best for you, it's not about me making the money, it's about you. How am I going to help you? What do you need? Daniela, I was thinking, you know, if I can only make extra $500 a month, can you teach me? I would say, absolutely. So I would divide $500 into how many weeks does the month have? 4 weeks. That's $125 profit per week. So how many days are you willing to work this business? 3 days, perfect. 125 into 3. That's $42 a day. So I'm gonna work my Opulence business 3 times a week. I need to make profit of $42 the day that I work my business. And guess what? If you were to split this into Fountain of Life bottles, for example, you would need to find 2 customers or 1 customer, whatever, that buys 2 bottles from you, right? If you were to make $20 profit per bottle. So you need 2 people on that day, or 1 customer who buys 2 bottles. But how would it be if I just change your mentality and you say, Daniela, I want to make $500 a month, divided into 4, that's 125 a week, but you find me 1 VIP shopper who wants to buy this purse. If you were selling Fountain of Life, you need to find me how many customers? 24, right? 24 customers at $20 each gives you your $500 or $480. Wow, do you see the difference? But if I am a VIP shopper that wants to buy 1 purse instead of 24 customers who buy me 1 bottle. So I want you to open up your mentality to where the fashion is going to take your business. And guess what? The good thing is that you are not tied to only buy Fountain of Life from me or Fairy Flawless from me. You have access to fashion, beauty, and health. Now, is it clear for you why the 3 ways of involvement are important in your business? So I repeat, I'm going to do a Facebook Live video this week so that you can share it instead of sending them to a 2-hour presentation on YouTube. But it's great training for you to know, because now you understand that one customer purchasing a necklace, I'm going to go to this necklace. I'm just giving, like, I love because you have so many options, right? We always do the analogy of the lady you met at the grocery store. You know, I have told you that story many, many times. So if I go to necklaces, I can find this necklace. And let's say someone's complimenting on me. So I just take them directly to the necklace. Let's see if I can find it. Right here. It's going to cost me $85. Obviously, if I have a 10% discount, it's a little, you get extra 10%. But it's normally $122. So if I was to sell it, I would make about $122 minus $85, $37 profit, right? So that equals about 2 bottles of Fountain of Life. So one customer can give me the same profit of 2 customers buying 1 bottle of Fountain of Life. Because the reality is, or the only difference is, if that customer continues to buy from me every month, they can continue to do that, building that residual income. Obviously, a person is not going to keep on buying because a necklace is not something that you need. It is something that you want. But if people save money during the year, by the time they come and redeem, what is it? They love it. During the year, you receive your commission from the volume of the purchases they are making. Questions?
I love it. I love it. So just looking at the chat here, we have people saying excellent training, Danny. Teresa says we have experienced the VIP shoppers sharing with their friends to receive VIP rewards. They love the free products.
Absolutely. So, moving forward with our training today, you are doing the activity. You are sharing with your customers. You are letting those customers know that if they have a need, Opulence can fill that need and they decide to become partners. So this is your dashboard. As you know, we are keep on changing. You've seen now new things. You have your market sale directly here. The newest spring sale, 50% on your logbooks. You don't need a digital version if you are out and about. So one of the things I have noticed lately, even though we are on a digital era and then we are going to have digital books anyways for you to share, people in certain areas, they still rely on a soft copy of your book. So now you can buy it for 50%, 5 books for $15. It's phenomenal, phenomenal price. So go take advantage of it, order your packs, because this is only until March 31st. And the next thing I want to share now, go into the redemption aspect of the Opulence Points and why is it important. So number one thing is you can see how many Opulence Points you have on your account details on the dashboard. I want you to be excited and go redeem. We're adding new items all the time. So like our CEO was sharing, we are going to be changing the items every month. Some items are going to stay, but we're going to be adding and removing. Why? Because even though you can have one item that's available in the Opulence Points, so once you click on the banner, it will take you directly there to your Opulence Points page, and it's easy for you to find. That's one way to do it, and I'm going to show you another way to do it. Is just go to your shop, and in your left panel menu, you can see Opulence Points, so you click there, and it takes you to this page. It's not organized by category. It's basically all the items that you can redeem your points for. You can basically go and see through here. You have watches, shoes, rings, necklaces, like you have it all. And I love it because it's a wide variety, including opticals. These opticals are beautiful. And you can choose, you know, we have some items, for example, like our fairy necklace, like this is part of our red carpet celebrities. Like imagine getting it for free. So you accumulate points over time with all the activities that you're doing, and then you can come here and redeem it. So the one thing very cool that I don't know if you have noticed it, I noticed that a couple of people actually took advantage of this section. But let's say I don't know, let's say this pendant. I know this pendant probably could give you that. So I saw, for example, a lot of our partners love this pendant. So when they go at it, and if for some reason I have allocated a certain amount of items in this section and you want to redeem it, but we don't have it anymore under the points, we still have it in stock. It's just not available for Opulence Points anymore. So what is going to happen is going to show you here, this item is sold out on the Opulence Points side, but you can still purchase it. So all of these items are available in your back office for sale, but that day you happen to be redeeming your points and you want to have it for free, so you can also redeem it with the Opulence Points. So instead of putting it in the same page, we are just displaying it for you what it's available in the Opulence Points section, okay? So if it's sold out from the Opulence Points page, you can still click there and it will redirect you automatically to where the item is on the regular site where you can actually shop it with your shopping credits. Isn't that cool? So
I love it. I love it.
Yes, and Ifra, if you have an extra 10% discount, then instead of paying the retail value of the item, you will pay it into the wholesale value, okay? And the reason why we're only allocating a certain amount of pieces is because we want to change it at all the times. We want you to be experiencing different products. So what I can do is, let's set up a date in your agenda or in your calendar where you are redeeming your points on a monthly basis. So let's say on the 15th of the month, you're always gonna go and check your Opulence Points for the previous month. And then on the 15th, you go and redeem, for example. So you can see new items, different items that are going to be added. So for example, right now, I know Ifra, you had shared in your video, which by the way, I wanna congratulate you live because people need to become better at sharing the excitement. So what you did in showing and sharing to the world all the things that you were able to get for free, I believe it was over $2,000. It's amazing. So I want you to become proactive in social media at sharing, you know, all of these perks and all of these benefits that you can actually have access to with your Opulence business. We have watches, necklaces, shoes, you name it. Now, one very cool thing is that it's all mixed based on the SKU numbers. So you are not only looking at watches, you are not only looking at necklaces, you can see every item like on the spot. I know you got the fairy wallet, you know, part of the pink collection. I absolutely love that wallet. Like we have so many cool items that maybe that item that you've been waiting for is gonna just eventually show up here. So we are really excited for that, and I hope that you take advantage of this. Under your financial section, which is the next part I wanna share with you, you can actually track your points. You can actually see, number one, the earn aspect versus the redemption aspect. So if I go to Opulence Points under financials, I can see that if I launch an LA, I get 15,000 points. That if I qualify for MGRS, I get, well, this is from last year, I used to get different amount of points. So we have increased the number of points so you can see the date that it happened, okay? Now, I want to share something very, very cool that I don't know if you remember, you noticed, but that it can bring a lot of value into your business. You know how our website is built, that you have your membership, you take advantage of the wholesale price, and you only pay an annual renewal of $100. You remember that part? So every year when your renewal date comes, you know, on, you basically have you pay $100 to keep yourself updated with your platform. So you're paying basically $100 for your website a year. But in return, you are going to be able to receive 2 free bottles of Fountain of Life with your next order. So next time you go and order, you're placing your order for your favorite items, and you can select at the time of checkout, yes, I want to receive my 2 free bottles. So if I look at the Canadian value, like I'm not talking about, for example, countries like Kenya, where they pay 70% in VATs and duties, and it becomes like double of the price that basically they paid or beyond that. But you're basically receiving an average of $150 in retail value for a $100 payment. On top of that, you are going to receive 1,000 points. So you are not only receiving value in product, you are also receiving points that you can redeem for fashion items that are on the Opulence Points section. And you have a full-fledged worldwide sales platform of amazing fashion, beauty, and health items. If I was to see it from an outsider perspective, this is a non-negotiable deal. Agree? Like, if I just look at perk on top of a perk, on top of a perk, on top of a perk, like, it's just amazing. How are we sharing this? How excited are we about this is what's gonna make the difference. And then you can also track when you are redeeming, you can see the order number of the product you have redeemed, how many points you actually redeem, and you can track your balance. Okay? Questions so far?
Yeah. So the first question that came in when you were talking, Danny, is how do we earn fashion credits? I know back in December we had that special where when you launch in LA, you get, you know, or LP. Is that coming back anytime soon, or? You
mean by buying fashion?
Yeah, fashion shopping credits. You know, when you're at the beginning of the page, it says, hi, Danny, or hi, trainer. And it says it has your fashion credits. It has your Opulence points and shopping credits. How do you earn fashion credits only in there? Although it's the same thing. You can
it's the same thing. Remember, okay, the only difference between fashion shopping credits and shopping credits is that these ones were given for free at our Build Assist promotion. And they can only be redeemed for fashion. But the difference between this and this is that these you can use for fashion as well. Like you can use them for anything. As long as it's after November 5 of 2018, you can use them for anything for 100%. Before that, which is when we did the transition for Opulence, if it's a new item like Fairy toothpaste, like the Totale toothpaste, the Posh Captive, or the Fountain of Life, you can use them at 50-50. And you would see like a little green square under your product that said you had certain amount of old shopping credits and new shopping credits. So, but nowadays in 2020, we don't get to see that most of the times because obviously we don't have many partners who still have old shopping credits. So shopping credits you can use for anything in your shop. Fashion shopping credits are those who are given specifically for fashion. And this is something that we have in certain markets where they don't have access to all the products. Remember, our shop has over 1,200 different items, but not all of them are available in every single country. As you know, based on VATs and duties and customs, every country is different. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, can you transfer points to someone else? No, Opulence points are yours, okay? A lot of people would love to give them away. Actually, it's something that is gonna probably be coming soon where you can actually give away your points. Like, you know, you can use them as an incentive to your partners or your downline, you know. Maybe I encourage you to, you know, bring into the business 10 VIPs who purchase at least $100 and I'm going to give you 100 points or 1,000 points, whatever it is. And you can create your own promotion. So I think points are absolutely going to be an asset to that. So it is something in the future that we're actually planning and our IT team is working on. But, you know, these are things that I want to leave as surprises by the time that it comes. Right now, you cannot give Opulence points to a partner. But I know if it's something that you ask, we're always listening, right? So if you see a need, send a support ticket, send a suggestion. And once we see different people or partners who send the same request, obviously we understand that it's something that the field is sharing. A lot of you sometimes when you call our PBS team and you share with them, I love it because that's the only way we can listen to you. So we're always listening, okay? For example, one of the things that I know you can do is you can actually gift shopping credits to your partners. And if they love free products, I think it's better to just gift them shopping credits so they can actively buy and redeem for products than just the points. Because shopping credits they can actually use for the same item that's on the Opulence Points. The difference is it was not given to you for free. Obviously, the Opulence Points, since are given to you for free, it's something that you can take advantage and use it as a marketing tool. Absolutely. Okay. Now, the fashion shopping credits, remember, also were given at the Build Assist promotion we had in December. Because we want, like, remember our focus is we have so many beautiful products that sometimes because we're making the mistake of focusing our business in one product, we can miss that aspect, we can miss that part where we are understanding that I have to focus on all the products, right? Anybody else that have questions?
Yes, we also have another question coming in from Teresa about gifting shopping credits between VIPs.
I don't think so. It's not active yet. I wouldn't see why, if I am a VIP shopper, I want to gift shopping credits to another VIP, right? It's better if I just help them buy the product for free. And remember, if you are a host VIP and you are earning 10% of the shopping credits for yourself, that's basically your reward of being a VIP shopper. You are not a partner in the business. So the perks of you being a VIP is you can get up to $650 in free products. But if you are helping me as a partner to refer me your friends and them being VIPs, you are also earning 10% in shopping credits so that you continue to shop. Remember, you told me you want to be a VIP shopper, right? It's all about the person. So no, VIPs cannot gift their shopping credits to other VIPs. And we have to be very careful on how we manage the expectation of our VIPs. Like what they have in the program right now, it's phenomenal. So it's how we sell it, how we shared it with them, right? I believe in my experience, people don't want to buy. They just don't want to be sold. You know, when you are very like pushy sales type of thing, but people love to buy. People love to go shopping. But if you keep on telling them, oh my God, you gotta buy, they just don't want it, right? They are like, okay, no, thank you, you know? It's like you're too pushy, the pushy style that, you know, those who you don't even want to pick up the phone from type of thing. Awesome. Anything else?
Let me see here. No, that's it. Just Teresa saying thank you for clarifying that. I think gifting shopping credits is, I remember when as soon as it came out, you know, it just so happened that right around that time, my team hit 100 members. So I was like, oh my God, how nice it would be if I could give some points to everybody. But I know, Danny, I messaged you right away and it wasn't possible. And I'm glad that in the future it might be possible. So that's awesome.
Yeah, because it can be a tool that you're going to, you know, be using. It's like the marketing bonus. We have people who call like, I want to use my marketing bonus. Okay, so what marketing are you doing? And yesterday I saw part of our leaders, the local leaders were doing a presentation in the office. And I said, okay, so what are you up to? And they're like, oh, we're here to recognize one of our contest winners. And I'm like, contest winners of what? So I always want to, like, I'm always curious, like, oh, we created a contest within our customers and the winners are coming today. So they had, you know, their, how you say it, like they have their display and they were waiting for them. It was very cool. Like, I truly believe that those promotions, the aspect of having that social meeting with your team and with your customers and involving them socially, it's very, very important and key when it comes to growing your business, because people love to be around with people. And if you lose that aspect in your business, I'm telling you, the growth is not going to be exponential. So I remember when I was in GWT, when before we rebranded it and I was a partner with the company, we used to have barbecues in the summer and we used to make dinners in the winter, and the team was getting together to, you know, listen to our special guest speaker, Renee Liao, or, you know, whatever it was. We always had an excuse to get together with the team. And guess what? You can bring guests for free. And guess what? Whoever brings more guests is going to receive an extra gift. Because we were creating that momentum. And if we were to do events at least once a month where people were bringing people, you know what was happening to the team? We were on fire. So you have to go back to that, where you are organizing for your team. What are you going to do? And you don't have to be fancy or anything. You can do these things from home. You don't have to have like a venue and a hotel and spend all this money. Like, this is all about the value of your relationship. And I think it's time that we talk about relationships, because sometimes I see partners and the questions they ask me or the things that we hear on the customer service lines, sometimes I can't believe it. Like, things like, well, the person who introduced me to the business told me I don't need to know my password because they are just gonna help us manage the whole thing. How is that duplicatable? Why would I need all my partners' passwords? Like, just simple things. So if we don't teach our partners and we're just giving them the fish instead of teaching them how to fish, is that going to duplicate? No. So it doesn't matter how many Opulence points you have because you're actively bringing in the people. But if your people are leaving next month because they were not giving the right information, how does that make you a better leader or a better business owner? Because this is your business. Questions before we move on? This is where I want you to become proactive at asking me anything. This is not only about me talking. I always say this to you. I want you to participate, because when someone looks at the recording, they find very, very good information in these videos. They can go back to it. Okay?
Fantastic. No questions, Danny. You can go ahead.
Awesome. So I can just to remember. Okay, now the other very cool thing now, since you know we started the momentum culture, which it was absolutely amazing. I don't know if Renee and Reza talked about this last week when we had our Night of the Stars, but when you look at the performance center, you can see and track, you know, your levels, how are you growing, your ranks and everything. But in the very bottom, you know that you can actually qualify, for example, for MGRS with your the four I just lost the word, but anyways, you have 4 ways that you need to qualify in order to become MGRS. So 4 of those things are here and you can see them separately, but you can also qualify by purchasing your momentum pack. And how we see if something is like, boom, exciting people or not, is when I look at the qualifiers. And I don't know if you remember, but last week when you had Night of the Stars, we had about 26 qualifiers on the MGRS just because of the momentum pack, which was probably half of the qualifiers. And I loved it, because once you understand the culture of the momentum pack, once you understand the value of the volume that is going to bring in your organization, all I can see is the checks were going higher, 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 higher. And I love that. I love that. And we're here, we're listening to you, and we look at the things that sometimes when we come up with ideas or when we have promotions, and we're always listening. in bringing you the best value for the business. So you can also track if you are MGRS qualified under the progress tracker section in your performance center. Okay.
Okay, there is one question here, Danny. It says, mine to show how to view the Opulence transaction.
Yeah, so let's say you mean when you are redeeming points, or where do I see the transactions? Let's see. So if you're going under financials, so there is two sections of things. If you go under financials, Opulence Points, you can see all the transactions, whether you're earning or you are redeeming. Okay, so both transactions are in the same, and they are listed by date. Okay, they are in order of date. So the most recent transaction will be at the top. Okay, that's number one. And number two is if you are redeeming, so let's say, let's go shop now in Opulence Points. So let's say I want this ring. I select the item, then I select my size, add to cart, and go to checkout. So if I am using Opulence Points, if I don't have enough, the software will tell me you don't have enough, or you have, let's say, like in this case, this item is, let me just open it here, it's 16,000 points and I only have 10,000, then the 6,000 points, the software will charge me as if I was buying the points, right? So the 6,000, you know, based on that, it will give me my $6 here, for example. Let me just move my chat here so I can see. In the right section, you will see how many Opulence points you are using. Okay? And then my taxes, or if I'm shipping somewhere, whatever, if I'm picking up in the office, whatever it is, I can just put free pickup. In this case, it doesn't matter which country you are because it's free, it's based on the retail value. And then whatever you have to pay for the shipping. So then you just go to the bottom and you finalize the order. Okay? Now, remember last year, just answering Sada's question, I remember that, for example, last year, you will earn points if you are actively selling products. So if you have VIPs shopping $1,000 in health, you would earn certain amount of points. So this year, that's why I started with that the call, because this year when we look at, let me just open it here so you can see it again. So this is how you earn points in 2020. Okay? So you're launching an LA, an LP, a retailer, if you're buying or selling the momentum pack, if you're qualifying for MGRS, if you rank advanced LD1, LD2, LD3, LD4, residential, royal, if you renew, if you are the top PV person in the company, and if you are the top launcher, that's based on, so on the end of the month, we look at the top PV and the top launcher, and they get extra points. So if you are a person that month you run a promotion in your team and you got 10 LAs, for example, only yourself, you got 10 LAs and you are the top launcher, you also get extra 50,000 points. So just copy this and understand that this is how you earn points for 2020. We might add, we might change. Actually, that's why I was sharing with you on the financial section that you can see different types of points, because last year you were getting points in a different way. Actually, last year you were making, I believe, 5,000 points for MGRS, actually 6,000, and now you're making 7,500. So we increase it. Okay?
Okay. So just to clarify Sada's question, Danny, is the points. So let's say you are a retailer and you launch an LA. Do you still get the 15,000 points?
Yeah. Of course.
Perfect. So she has someone in her team that for whatever reason they launch an LA, they only got 12,000 points, and she has someone who launched LA and they got the 15,000 points.
Yeah, 12,000 was last year. That's why I showed
Okay.
here. Here, if you go, let me just share 1 second. I'm going to go back to the back office. I just have to show you here. So if you look in your financials, that's why I say in the beginning, when you look at the Opulence Points, you can see that before, when they were launching on LA, let me see. Now they get 15,000. I don't have a 2019 test here. This is only my training account. So just look at the dates.
Perfect.
Yeah, if it's 2020, when we started in January, this is how much they get. So
Awesome.
Obviously, if there is a discrepancy, you want to send a support ticket. But I know last year it was different rank advancement. It was like, you look at here, for MGRS, you had 60,000. Like we were just testing, right? 6,000. So this, don't use this as our thing, because this is our training account. So this is where we do all the testing. But my point to you is that if it's within the same time frame, they should get the same amount of points. But I do know that we increase it. So if it was, let's say 6,000 last year, now it's 7,500 or something like that. So every year we're changing the numbers. And remember that this is a new program. So a lot of people are really excited, and this is points you're getting for free. So if there is a discrepancy or you see something different that is not matching for the same date, all of this started in January. Remember January 4, which is when we released the Opulence Points in our New Year's webinar, but we just released it on our anniversary party. Okay. So the numbers, the accurate numbers, you can see it's based on 2020.
Awesome.
Okay.
I love it. I love that we are getting better every time.
Remember, if you're not getting better,
you're getting worse.
Getting worse. Awesome. So take advantage of your logbooks. I find that when I gave you, I believe it was before the holidays, the sales training when it comes to using your lookbook. If you have lookbooks working for you, you become an amazing time manager, because the lookbook can do so much sales for you while you are focusing on other things. So if you are a person that, for example, if you are super busy or you have a full-time job and you don't have time to do parties and things like that, the lookbook is a great addition. Awesome. Looks like we completed our training earlier. So let's use this time, Ifra, to bring out things that probably, obviously, with your experience that are important for the field. Or if the field wants to make any type of questions, you can make questions about binary, about team commissions, about volume, about smart buy, anything that you want to know about your business. We can take this time to answer to all your questions. Obviously, remember the mantra: the more information and knowledge you have, you become more powerful. So let's open it up. Or Ifra, if you think that we can tap into some sort of training, since we finished earlier our training today, we can use this time for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to invite all the partners that are on the call as well to either raise your hand or write it down. Let us know what are some of the common questions that come from your teams. I know with my team, too often one thing that keeps coming back again and again, and even I get confused at times, is the upgrade. Oh my God, how do you upgrade progressively? Everybody knows about getting the package at first. Everybody knows about paying the difference to upgrade. But the one that every single time, including myself, we all get caught up is the progressive upgrade. So if you can go over that, Danny, that would be amazing.
I love it. Well, you call me like a week in advance, but I'm going to release something very, very cool next week, and I don't want to give out the surprise. But one important thing right now, as of today, and it's going to continue because I love the PGP aspect of things. And I created a very cool slide, but I'm gonna explain it with words. Actually, I'm gonna stop sharing. If we need the graphics, I will add the graphics at the end because we have teach this over and over, but sometimes we forget. So today I'm gonna use obviously IFRA as my example. PGB, it stands for personal, group, volume, okay? Personal means I brought it in. So it's people that I have personally sponsored, okay? That's personal. Second letter is group, means it comes from all of us united, all the people that I have personally sponsored united. And the third letter is V as in volume. That means that everything in CV value, okay? When it's volume means it's in the CV value. So if I'm a lifestyle promoter and I want to upgrade to lifestyle advisor with PGB, that means all the CV value from my personally sponsored people. And it counts from all the dollar transactions that happen in the organization. And all the dollar transactions that happen in the organization divide in 4, okay? There is 4 different actions that can happen in the organization. One is everything they buy, okay? That means you are buying product. Second way is selling, right? Everything those people are selling. Number 3, launch. Everything that group is launching. And number 4, upgrade. Okay, so I'm gonna write them here. They're very easy, but we tend to forget. Everything you buy, everything you sell, everything you launch, and everything you upgrade. Now, this is Daniela. I am the upline. And I bring in IFRA. Does that count? No. Because IFRA is not buying, IFRA is not selling, IFRA is not launching, and IFRA is not upgrading. It's everything they do in my team, okay? So today I'm gonna bring into the business Sada, IFRA, and Teresa, okay? All the 3 of you are personally sponsored by me. Everything you ladies buy, everything you ladies sell, everything you ladies launch, and everything you ladies upgrade in CV value compound together counts towards PGB. Now, when I created the graphics, and I'm gonna try to pull them here because that's a good thing I have them all here in my laptop. 1 second. And this is one of the things that we always share on the first 30-day business planning session, because people want to see how are they going to do it. So if they are doing it in the first 30 days, it's a little bit easier. So I have it right here. It's part of my PGB training on the 2nd Saturday of the month. So I have my slide here where I know that if I am a promoter, I need to generate 600 in PGB to become an advisor, correct? So how do I generate the PGB? That means this is Daniela, and IFRA, Sada, and Teresa are my first level. That means I personally sponsor them. So whatever they do combined in CV value is going to give me the PGB. Because remember, the CV is for everybody. For me, for the person above me, and the person above, and the person above, and the person above, to infinity. Okay, or all the way to the top, not to infinity, all the way to the top. So as long as we are connected, right? If there is a line connecting us, everybody above me gets that CV. But if it's PGB, comes only from the people I have personally brought into the business down, okay? So let's say this is Ifra, and she buys 2 family packs. She goes and buys 2 family packs because she's gonna start selling product. So each family pack gives me 315 CV. So 630 CV goes into PGB. So the $630 in CV value that IFRA bought, right? Remember, it's everything you buy, everything you sell, everything you launch, and everything you upgrade. So she bought 2 family packs. That's one example, okay? And then Sada goes and launches 1 LA. So she brings her own LA. So that LA gives you how much CV? 500. Those $500 goes to my PGB. Okay, so everything your first generation does together, everything they do together in CV value goes to your PGB as the upline. Okay, I want this to be super clear. Next question. Or awesome. If it's not clear, we repeat it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, the amount of times I've read it either on Prosperity, I've heard from you. It's always comes back to a point where I get confused and I call the office. So thank you for that. So the next question comes from Charlene. She says, how long does it take for the points to show in your back office?
Points right away, the moment the transaction is done. So before, when you were actually selling product, it would take 10 days, right? Because if you're selling, every VIP order goes through a 10-day cooling off period. So if you launch the person, unless the person cancels, obviously you're gonna not see that. The moment that the 10-day cooling off period goes through, you can see the points.
Awesome, awesome. Another question here says, our cycle payout is bi-weekly. If we are short by 10 CV on my weaker leg and my stronger leg has enough CV, is there any way we can make up the shortfall of 10 CV on the weaker leg to maximize the payout for that particular week?
Amazing question. And I love this, how deep they are going to understand this. So the answer is like this. I'm gonna go back to my training back office here so you can visually see it. Okay, so how we look at the volume, and I absolutely love our software. Our software will pay you the highest amount ever at all times. And number one, I don't know if they meant bi-weekly, that it's 2 times a week, or by week. Okay, it's 2 different things. Our software runs weekly. Okay, so Sunday night, midnight Eastern Standard Time, the software looks at your team volume. So I'm just opening here, this is my training account so that you can see. The way the volume works is in 3 different ways. And you can actually find this in your prosperity book. I believe it's page 71, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember all the pages, but it's under the compensation plan. And I can show you here, you can actually see it as well. And I'm gonna show you where you can download the compensation plan too from the back office. So software-wise, or how does it work? And it's very, very cool. The software is gonna look for 3 possibilities, okay? Let's say you call it a stronger and weaker, or the person who asked, they call it the weaker leg and the stronger leg. It's okay, how you wanna call it doesn't matter. So in this case, my weaker leg is the right side and my stronger is the left, okay? So the software is gonna look for 3 possibilities. 1/3 and 2/3. Second possibility, 50% and 50%, or 1/3 on this side and 2/3 on this side. So just by looking at this, what do you think the software is going to choose? Obviously, it's not going to be 1/3 here and 2/3 here, right? It's always going to be 2/3 here and 1/3 here. But because I have plenty on the left to have the same amount of volume on here, it's always going to choose probably 50-50. Because my right could be overpowered by my left. So the software looks for all the volume that was accumulated. What's I would say the biggest sum I can pay you, okay? So if I'm gonna pay you more using 1/3, 2/3, or if I'm gonna pay you more 50-50, or if it's gonna be 2/3, 1/3, okay? The 3 options. So in this case, as responding to his question, if he's missing $10 CV, then automatically the software is not gonna take 1/3, 2/3. It's going to take the 50-50 so that you can actually cycle. But it's going to cycle to give you all the volume for that week. So if you were short 10 CV before Sunday, make sure you do something to get the $10 so that you maximize your cycle. But if you don't have enough, and maybe it's a little bit here on the pending for that week, then it's not going to count. Okay? So instead of looking at, okay, I need $1 to cycle here, well, then that it teaches you so that before Sunday comes, you need to come up with a $10 CV from your downline to make it up for the biggest cycle. I don't know. I would have to see your back office to understand your cycles, but we have 4 types of cycles. Okay, and I'm going to show you where you can see that visually because I am a visual person and I want to see it. So you're going to go to Business Tools and Training, and we have something that's called the pathway. Pathway. So you click it in English, and the pathway is basically a condensed version of the compensation plan, and it's going to teach you only the compensation plan chapter of your prosperity book. Okay. So the pathway, you can go here to the first page and it shows you the weekly milestones. So if in your total volume, you're saying you have enough to cover for the $3,600, for the $3,600 label, and you are a lifestyle advisor with 150 PB, you should get paid $220. How the software looks for the money is like this. Here are your 3 options. You either have 1,200 on one side and 2,400 on the other side, or you have 1,800 on one side and 1,800 on the other side, or 2,400 on the left and 1,200 on the right. These are the 3 options you have to cycle at this level. Do you understand the difference? Randomly, the software is just not gonna come and pay you, but if you don't have any of these 3, then it goes to the next level because that means you don't have enough to get paid at this level. We're not gonna stop paying you. We're just gonna pay you the maximum possible based on your volume. Okay? I think Ethel raised her hand. Any question? Is this clear for the person who asked?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. What I love about our software, as you were saying, Danny, is the fact that sometimes in 1 week, I'm cycling at different places. I'm cycling at level 4, 3, 2. I'm like, what is all this cycling? It's always looking for the best possible way for us to get paid. I love it. Okay, now the next question here is again from Saada, and she's saying that, let's say that you have, you launched an LA today, an LP today, and then they upgrade within a week to LA. Do you get the remaining points?
Yes, you get the you mean the Opulence Points?
Correct.
I don't think so. For the Opulence Points is whatever they launch in the first place. But what you do get, and it's actually in the next page here, is if they upgrade, right? If they upgrade, within the 7 days, they will receive the bonus. That's number 1. So if they were promoters, for example, and they are upgrading to advisors, they will still get the $100 bonus. This $100 that's here, okay, as promoter, they will receive the bonus. And if they do it, is right here, if they upgrade within 30 days, where's my wholesale profit? Yeah, here. The difference in wholesale profit is applicable to upgrades within the first 30 days of launch. So if they do it within a week, the partner receives the bonus. And if they do it within the month, you also get the difference in wholesale profit, which is very, very cool. Okay, absolutely. Because now people have the option to upgrade with their package, right?
Exactly, exactly. Excellent. You said that you see a hand raised. I don't see Ethel's hand. Maybe it was by mistake.
Maybe they should just brought it down.
Yeah, but if any of you wanna, say anything live, please do so, or you can type in the question. This is an opportunity we don't get, one-on-one with Danny. It never happens. Usually she has so much to share, and we run out of time. So this is a great opportunity. We still have half an hour. So any questions that you have, that would be amazing. So my next question to you, Danny, is another thing that's right now becoming popular within my team now that I'm starting to qualify for the car is the car qualification. And last week I went over a little bit here and there but it's nice to know about, you know, how we say our compensation package always overlaps on one another. So if you qualify for MGRS, you're closer to qualifying for CAR. Now the question, I guess that comes in is, you know how MGRS now we have the momentum pack for it. For the someone who's doing only the momentum pack, right, to qualify for MGRS, how can they do that for the CAR? Because you still require the 300, you know, or unless I misunderstood, if you can go over that, how to qualify without going through the points like MGRS for CAR. Is that possible?
So CAR is a completely separate program than MGRS. Okay, we do say that our promotions overlap because the amount of volume that you need between the MGRS and the CAR, actually you need less BQB for CAR than you need for MGRS. The momentum pack is just a culture that we want to create within the team, but that doesn't exempt you from doing the qualifications for CAR. So the rules for CAR have not changed. You can still do the same way of qualification that you used to have. Now, the only difference between, I would say, or where the overlap wouldn't happen between the MGRS and the CAR is the NRS and launching and delay. Because yes, you qualify automatically because you bought a package, but that doesn't exempt you from building your team. CAR, the CAR program is about what you are helping others to do, not what you are buying to sell. That your sales, I would say, will be, I always say, your sales money is your day-to-day expense. You use it to pay for your rent, you use it to pay for your gas, you use it to pay for your cell phone. It's your daily money. But your commissions and your residual is the future. So if you're not booking appointments today, what are you gonna do tomorrow? You understand? So CAR program is completely different than MGRS. It's like when people confuse the Smart Buy 10% discount with being PV qualified. They are two different programs. So if you want to remain on the Smart Buy because you were PV qualified that month, you are not necessarily needing to shop, but you're gonna lose your discount because the discount is given to all of those who are consistently shopping $150 in personal volume every month. So if I'm not shopping because I qualify, that doesn't make me it doesn't make me accreditation of the 10% Smart Buy discount. Do you see the difference? Like, I just want to understand that it's two different programs. MGRS is one thing, CAR program is a different thing. If I want to qualify for my CAR and I already bought the momentum pack, well, guess what? With the momentum pack, you already have your 500 BQB. You're probably already gonna have the $6,750 in CV within your team. All you have to do is sell something online and launch an LA, which anyways, you would have to do if you were doing MGRS in the regular way. But because you bought the package, you get the BQB immediately. So you are still getting a lot, right, from overlapping the momentum pack, which is a completely different program. So one of the things I noticed, for example, in different countries, obviously we have different pricing based on the bats and duties of your country. And the other day, somebody requested, say like, oh, for me, momentum pack doesn't work in my country. And I say, why do you mean by that? Well, you know, for me, it's cheaper to buy family packs than it is to buy a momentum pack. I said, if that's how you see it, great, buy family packs. But you're missing that we are giving you $500 for free with the momentum pack. So even if it's cheaper for you to buy family packs, you're losing the bonus. But it's a decision that you can make. We're giving you the freedom to choose whether you want to receive 500 in fashion shopping credits for free, or if you want to redeem it for Flawless, or if you want to redeem it all for toothpaste, or if you want to redeem it all for Fountain of Life. Maybe you don't want to redeem it. Maybe that's going to be your Christmas gift at the end of the year. Every month, imagine that. I commit myself to sell 50 bottles. And I'm going to make this very easy and simple. I love easy and simple because if I cannot understand it, how do I expect my new partner who doesn't know anything about Opulence to understand it? I'm going to sell 50 bottles of FOL at $20 profit. I'm going to make easily $1,000 extra cash every single month. That's my goal. 50 bottles a month. I'm happy with that. By purchasing the Momentum Pack, I am going to get $500 a month for free. So if I do that all year, that's $6,000 in retail value for free to me. So in my wholesale price, that equals to $4,200 a year for free. So let's say the bonus is my gift for my investment. Where do you put in the bank that money and gives you in return at the end of the year $4,200? You tell me where. Interest, and you don't have to pay taxes on it. Because in Canada, we pay taxes for everything. So if my return of investment in the bank gives me $4,200, I have to pay taxes on those $4,000. But here, it's given to me for free. So whether I redeem for product to sell again, which is great, or that's my Christmas gift. And with that $4,200 or $4,200, I can just go and shop whatever I want. For my birthday or for Valentine's or for Mother's Day, whatever you want. You understand the difference on how we think? It's how you see it. So my card program has nothing to do with my MGRS program. But if I commit myself to this, guess what? I don't have to worry about $500 BQB every month because I overdone that with my Momentum Pack. I don't have to worry about the $6,750 because I am increasing my team every month. Because if I am selling 50 bottles every month, how many prospects am I meeting? How many of those prospects might want to become a partner? So it's going to be easy for me to launch an LA because if I am meeting 50 new customers every month, and out of those 50 customers that I talk to, one decides to become an LA, I have my LA. I have my $500 in BQB and I'm selling the product. So whether they decide to go online and shop their own bottles and have it shipped to their home every month, or they want to buy it from me, it doesn't matter. I can actually help them have the NRS. So my card qualification program will be done anyways. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Next one. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Awesome. So another question is, can we order using split payments using credit card and e-wallet?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, because this person tried to do it, it wasn't done. So can you help with that? I've done that before. I think only the office can do it, though. We can't ourselves.
You can do it, but I don't know if probably Charlene, you were talking. I think I saw, and I don't know if they actually help you or not. If it's a split payment for your shopping credit date, no. If it's your subscription, it will not run split. But if it's a smart buy, for example, and you have selected to cover the smart buy, it's better if you just go and shop it today. So if your shopping credit day is tonight, just go into your shop right now and make a purchase of the 150 shopping credit. You know how to do that, right? So I'm going to show you here. That's a very cool thing that you can do. Remember, I'm going to explain again in case you're new and you have never heard that. The first thing that our software is going to run is your Smart Buy, because we know people who are on Smart Buy want product. But within the Smart Buy page, you can select shopping credits. So if this month you don't want any products to be shipped to your door, you can include shopping credits inside your Smart Buy order. And then number two, if you don't have a Smart Buy, the software is going to check for all the accounts that are active or that are not active. If they don't have a Smart Buy, if they are $150 PB qualified. So if you don't have a Smart Buy, what's going to happen to that account? They are not PB qualified. So I'm going to run the backup subscription so that that account doesn't lose the volume. So if by midnight of your shopping credit day, you don't have $150 in personal volume as a lifestyle advisor, you will not qualify, for commissions, and you're going to lose your volume. So as a backup, the software is going to run the shopping credit subscription. So if I was you, Charlene, and you're worried because they haven't done your split payment or whatever, what I suggest you to do is go to shop right now, because if your card is going to be run at midnight today, like if your SAC day is today, the 22nd of the month, all you have to do is go to the bottom here where it says shopping credits, buy your 150, for example. And then when you add to cart and you go to checkout, let me just delete the points probably because the card probably still have the points, right? It still has your items that you were gonna redeem with points. But let's say you do it like that. So you use your e-wallet balance. So this account has e-wallet balance. So you use it. And if let's say in here you only have 50 or whatever, then the rest will go through your credit card. Okay, so in this case, because I have enough to cover the whole amount, you can't see the difference. So even if I click it, it will just charge the total of 188 is not gonna change, which I wanted you to see. But in this case, this account has enough. Now, you using your e-wallet balance, okay, then they can do the other little bit in your credit card, okay? Questions?
Exactly. I was just going to say that is a support ticket that you can send and they will be able to do it for you.
No, she can do it now, because what happens is that at midnight, when it goes through, the software is going to check the account of this person and it's going to say, oh, guess what? This customer is PV qualified. So we don't run the subscription again because it's already PV qualified. She already made a purchase. Okay, so let's say you have a smart buy, but you had a trade show last week and you placed an order. So you are PV qualified. The software is not going to run the subscription again. The subscription, that's why it's a backup. The backup is only if you didn't generate the PV, then we run it to protect your volume. Okay? But if you do have a smart buy, and I'm going to go back here into the smart buy page just to make it clear. That's why there is 8 steps on the smart buy. So under your smart buy, let's see the smart buy of this account. One thing very, very cool also that I want you to see on the smart buy is that a lot of people are not deleting what they don't want. So this training account has the total protection and no shopping credits. But if I want to add it in there, and this month I don't want products, I go to edit. Let's say this month I want this. You have to make sure you delete what you had before. So my 153.75 is gonna make me active, okay? But if you select all of them, it's not deleting what you didn't want. So you have to make sure you are only selecting in red what you want. But let's say you want to add a little bit extra, you can put here a little bit extra. So yesterday I saw a smart buy of like $500 and the person had all these different products plus 157 here. So the smart buy was like $500. And I can tell you for a smart buy person that is just shopping product, that want their products delivered to their home, most likely they forgot to delete either the item or the shopping credit. So they just like always check your total. And then in the bottom, you can select if you want to use the e-wallet balance for your order or if you don't. And number 2, if you want to process the smart buy, even if you are PV qualified. So if I want this product, regardless of my orders of the month, I still want the software to run it because remember the software will run it as a backup. So if you have not done the PV that month, you can just say process it or not process it. And number 2, adjust it. So if your smart buy is $30, but you need to be 150 PV, you put adjusted just in case, because of your discount, you're gonna be 149 instead of 150. So the software will charge you $1 in shopping credit only. Only the difference to qualify for the 150. But if you don't click it, and your Smart Buy is 149, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a charge of Smart Buy of 149 and a charge of 150 on your shopping credit backup subscription. And then you're going to call and say, why do you charge me double? Well, you never adjusted. So instead of getting a second charge of $1, you get a charge of 150. Do you see the difference? All you have to make sure is that you are qualified with your PV. And this is very random when this happens. Is for a person who only wants to do the 150. Nowadays, most of you don't do the 150. You always go beyond, because if you're actively building your business and you're buying a family pack, you will always be over the 150. You are not worrying about the 150 only if you want to do only the 150, okay? Is this clear?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have another question coming in. I know you already went over this, but maybe if you can just reiterate. Do you lose the 40% discount? I guess they mean the 10% extra discount if you don't pay products monthly, if you don't do the 150 monthly.
Of course. Okay, I'm going to reiterate the program. The program says that you are entitled to an extra 10% discount when you are consistently doing $150 in personal volume every month. So let's say January, you do 150, February, you do 150, March, you do 150. In April, you have access to what? An extra 10% on your purchase. On what? On your purchase. That means that if you don't generate the 150, why would you have a discount? So you have to start again. The discount is granted because you are actively shopping at least 150. And when I say at least, I mean it, because to have a business with a $3.1 million potential, and all you are required to do is generate 150 in personal volume, even if you're only running Opulence for your personal volume, for your personal consumption, do 150 as a backup subscription. You don't need a Smart Buy, you don't need anything. You only need a subscription, and go redeem whenever you feel like redeeming. Okay, so Smart Buy is separate than the backup subscription. They are different programs. And the reason why we have different programs is because guess what? We all are in the business for different reasons. So some people are building Opulence because of Fountain of Life. Some people are building because fashion, beauty, and health. Some people are building because they are, imagine a dentist. If a dentist or a clinic is building, because of microsilver protection toothpaste, they might be on a $150 shopping credit backup subscription anyways, redeem for toothpaste when they need, and if they have extra, they can go and shop for the watch. Isn't that cool? So it gives you flexibility. It gives you freedom. That's why I absolutely love the reward. I love the membership on its own. I am an entrepreneur. This month, I don't want product. I just put my shopping credit subscription and I'm done. But next month, I want a family pack. Actually, 2 family packs or 5 family packs I have seen. Why? Because I'm going to have a trade show. Or I buy a momentum pack. I don't have to worry about my PV because a momentum pack is $2,500 and that's way beyond my 150. Do you see the difference? It's how I see it. So your discount is because you are generating the 150. So you are PV qualified maybe because you placed an order. Then the following month, are you going to have the discount? No. Being PV qualified for that particular month means because you did the 150. But the following month, if you don't do the 150, then you're not qualified. It's simple as that. They are separate programs.
Excellent, excellent. Another question comes in from Mohammed Jama. He says, if I want to buy a family pack and I buy shopping credits first, then buy the package with that, will that cover the Smart Buy for me as well?
I think I don't understand the question.
Yeah, my question to him is why buy shopping credits? Why not just buy the family pack anyway? But he's saying, can I buy shopping credits then buy a family pack?
Oh, I understand. Well, absolutely no. The PV is what you buy. So if I buy 150 in January, 150 in February, 150 in March, $150 in April. Now I have $600 in shopping credit. And I go and redeem for a family pack. Why would that cover my May shopping credit? I'm not buying anything. I'm just redeeming what I already qualified me for January, already qualified me for February, already qualified me for March, and already qualified me for April. I'm just redeeming what I have qualified for before. So different programs. Just because I redeem doesn't qualify me for that month. Why would it qualify me if I'm not purchasing? I'm not generating PV. I'm just redeeming what I was already paid for. Next question. I love these questions because I know it's a lot of learning. Awesome, awesome questions.
Absolutely. So the next question, you're going to love this one. Somebody says, we have a lot of people who don't speak English. When will there be training in Spanish language?
Woo! Who is that?
Kamel from Sweden.
Well, Kamel, just call me. I can train you in Espanol. Absolutely. We are actually going to start having one-on-one Spanish training. As you know, our next project is the expansion in Mexico. And obviously, everything I'm doing for you right now in English, now it has to be done in Espanol. So absolutely, my dear, all the training is available in Espanol too.
Awesome. Awesome. We're all looking forward to that. I'm so excited. When I saw, I've always wanted to go to Mexico. It's only 3 hours from here. So I cannot wait for that as well.
I'm coming with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, another question here comes in from Maida Johanna. She says, what are the best packages? I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
What are the best packages? You tell me.
Lifestyle advisor.
Yes, and why is it the best?
Well, number one, that is where you maximize your potential earnings. What do we mean by that? Basically, when you buy the package, Tobago, I guess you're paying the $1,800. You're actually getting $2,000 worth of products, more than you actually paid for. You also get 30% discount. You also get, when you build a team, that is where you get the highest commission, which is the 8.5. And when you do 150 every month, starting the 4th month, you get 10% discount.
And on top of that, you receive $500 in bonus shopping credits, or $400 as an LA. So remember, what's in it for me? So with the other packages, you don't get bonuses, right? You get, as a promoter, you get $100 bonus, but as an LA, you get extra for $100 bonus, and you get the Safe Home Revolution family pack. That means you can share with your family. You get Fountain of Life, you get toothpaste, you get shampoo, you get a little bit of all the products, plus 313 shopping credits for you to expand into other products from your shop. So absolutely, that is the best package, or at least is the one that most people love. I always say it is, like, the most popular. Let's call it like that. The most popular. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Next.
The next question, you're not going to believe this, is the same thing we went over about the 150 PP. This person is saying, if I have $150 in fashion shopping credits, can I use that towards the 150? No.
No. Awesome. You already got it. And it was given, if it's fashion shopping credit, it was given to you for free. So why would you use your shopping credits to buy shopping credits, right? So shopping credits are just for redeeming. But if you don't want products this month, you just go and buy shopping credits, and you can redeem whenever you are ready. So I call it like the layaway program. So imagine even the family pack, right? You're getting a bottle for free, but you are not paying in advance. So a lot of people are just on a backup subscription of $150. They don't have to be on SmartBuy. They don't have to be on anything. And they just go and redeem whenever they're ready. But if you want to qualify for card, if you want to qualify for MGRS, and if you are actively building your business, you might want to look into the momentum package, because you get $500 for free and you just get the product in advance. So you can save, as I was saying earlier, you can just save that shopping credits for, the end of the year, or if you need more product, and you just redeem when you need it. So I love it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I think that is all the questions that we have. Everybody's thanking you so much for the training. We have some Spanish people here. It says, muchas gracias, Danny. También gracias, Danny. I think it's time for me to brush up. I took Spanish in high school in grade 9 and 10. They didn't have it in grade 11, so I never went back. So maybe now it's time to brush up.
Yes, and you have a good teacher, I think. I can teach you.
Thank you, my dear.
I just think that if our business is a numbers game, and you're gonna go into a country with 100 million people, even if you get a little piece of the cake, just imagine this. Only Mexico City, it's all the population of Canada. We have 35 million only in Mexico City. So if I go to Mexico City and only 1%, imagine this, only 1% of the population say yes to Opulence. How does that impact your income? 1% of the population, that means out of 35 million, what's the 1% of 35 million? 3,500 people actively working like little ants working. We're very hardworking people. I don't know if you've noticed, but Mexicans are very hardworking people. So we are hungry in our community. We want more. And because we deserve more, I know Opulence is going to be the opportunity for a lot of them. So very, very excited for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I always say I don't even need a whole piece of the cake. I need one bite, and then that will multiply.
Awesome, my dear. Thank you so much. So team, have a phenomenal weekend. Do we have more questions?
No, that's it. Everybody's thanking you so much, so much. A lot of Spanish here. You know, muchas gracias. We have someone here saying, when is the next meeting? The next meeting for this call is next Saturday, and we're actually going to be live at our head office, and I'm going to be there in person. I cannot wait. But yes, it happens every Saturday from 10 to 12. Next week, I don't know if we're extending it to 1, Danny, or does it stop at 12?
If you're local, you don't have access to the Zoom, only for the international partners. I want to make sure that if you're local, you're coming live. It's not the same thing to be teaching and sharing with someone in IFRA. I know you can attest to that. You know, yes, we see each other every weekend and we are excited, but it's only a screen. And, you know, sometimes I feel like, okay, no one's here, no one's watching me. It's only me and my laptop. But really the person to person, the connection, and obviously the interaction in building the relationship is key, because you can grasp a lot more. We're going to have phenomenal leaders. We're going to have Renee, Liao, Henry, Xiong, LD3. We're going to have Sarah and Winnie. Powerful stories for them to share with all of you. It's going to be a powerful meeting. We're going to have lunch. We're going to have a tour. Phenomenal. So just make sure you get on, buy your ticket. I believe the early bird finishes tomorrow. So tomorrow night, make sure you go online right now, buy your ticket, $20. And I'll see you next Saturday. It's going to be powerful training, exciting training. And always remember, be a blessing to someone. And I'll see you on our Facebook Live this week.
Amazing, amazing. And thank you. And thank you, Danny, for reiterating that, actually, because I'm traveling for 5 hours. So if you are in the Toronto area, honestly, there is no reason for you not to come down. And Danny could not be more right what she said. The feeling's not the same. This is why every time there's an event at our head office, as long as it's a weekend, because during the week I can't leave my work, I make sure I attend, because the energy I get is nothing compared to what you get online.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's it. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to learn about their business, your commitment. Congratulations. And I hope that you will take every single thing that you've learned today to your teams, to your downline, to your neighbors. Tell everybody about our amazing Opulence Points. I know I've been screaming so loud, and I'm going to be even more louder now that I know a lot more how to really use. I watched the video that Danny mentioned at the beginning of the call, social media versus social networking. Really, it is so powerful. The 4 ways. I encourage you. I've watched it twice so far. I'm going to rewatch it every now and then, because I know I have thousands of followers online. How can I capitalize on that, right? And we should all be doing that by helping people live a healthy lifestyle and generate wealth at the same time. I want to thank you so much, Danny, for taking the time to teach us, to train us, to inspire us week after week. It has been an honor hosting this with you. And I want to wish you an amazing rest of the day. And to all of you online, I want to wish you all an amazing day, night, and evening. Any last words you want to say, Danny, before we end the call?
Have an exciting, exciting week. I always say, if you're having a bad day, Opulence needs you. And if you're having a great day, Opulence needs you as well. Everybody is needed in this. When we do meetings, when we show up, you know, it doesn't matter how good or how bad your day is going. We have to, you know, always shine bright. Love you all.
Amazing. Good day, everybody. Take care.